Good evening, everyone. Hopefully, you're having a wonderful day so far. I got a good one for you today. So, apparently, the NDP scrounged up enough money to be able to do an interview about Trudeau's resignation and the prorogation of Parliament. And we are delighted to see that. I am so psyched that Jagmeet Singh sent this up. So, first off, a little bit of a plug. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And with no further ado, let's get into it.
Trudeau's Liberals have let down Canadians. They have let you down when it comes to the cost of homes. He's let you down when it comes to the cost of living. And frankly, it's not just Justin Trudeau. It's every Liberal minister, every Liberal MP who looked down their nose at you when people were saying we can't make ends meet. We are struggling with the cost of living. So it doesn't matter who the next Liberal leader is. They've let you down. They do not deserve another chance. They're more interested in themselves than the struggles of Canadians. We've got serious threats of Donald Trump and tariffs that put in question hundreds and thousands of Canadian jobs. And instead of focusing on you and protecting your jobs, they're worried about themselves. We have another serious threat to the middle class in Canada, and that is Pierre Poilievre and the Conservatives. Pierre Poilievre and the Conservatives want to cut from the middle class to give to their rich CEO friends. They want to cut your pensions. They want to cut health care. They want to cut dental care, all to make the rich CEO buddies even richer. Under Pierre Poilievre and the Conservatives, they want to see CEOs get richer and richer and the middle class fall further behind. That's a serious fight in front of us. And I know what that fight's all about.
And like I said in previous videos, Pierre Poilievre has said none of that ever. Pretty much all he said is he's going to cut taxes. So, oh my gosh. Jerry, pass me my fainting couch. He's going to cut taxes. But seriously, the Maserati Marxist here, Jagmeet Singh, tries again to put all of the blame on Justin Trudeau and the Liberals, saying that while you're in pain, they're just living it up. And I think he forgets that him and his NDP friends have been voting with the Liberals this whole time for 2.5 years. The only reason Trudeau is in power right now is because the NDP has been voting to keep them in, while watching Canadians in pain. And him mentioning this right now just shows that he knows that Canadians are in pain. So I don't know if Jagmeet enjoys watching the suffering of Canadians or what, but at least he can pretend to be oblivious.
I remember meeting seniors in our country who told me that they are living in pain because they can't fix their teeth. They can't get their teeth looked after. And to hear heartbreaking stories from these seniors. I remember one in particular who told me she's got to choose between eating and sleeping because if she eats at night, she's in so much pain she can't fall asleep. And if she wants to sleep that night, she has to skip a meal, not eat dinner, go to bed hungry. I promised those seniors that I would fight like hell to make sure they could actually get their teeth looked after. And the Liberals said no at every turn. We proposed solutions. We proposed ideas to get this done. They said no. Even when we convinced them to move forward with dental care, they said it would take a decade to put in place. We said, no, seniors need this now. We fought hard and we delivered it. So if Canadians give us a chance, give us the honor of leading this country, we're going to do exactly that. Fight for you. Fight greedy CEOs who are ripping you off when you buy your groceries. Fight to make sure you can actually afford a home. So if you are worried about the cuts of Pierre Poilievre and the Conservatives, if you find it unacceptable, just simply wrong that the rich keep on getting richer and the middle class is falling further behind, stand with us. We are building a movement of working class people. We are fighting to win for you.
Yep, the NDP are definitely building a movement. It's called the Movement of Moving Towards the Conservative Party of Canada. And I'm loving it. Or we can also call it the Movement of the Blue Wave. I like the Blue Wave movement. The Blue Wave movement, it's got a good groove to it. See? Jagmeet and I can agree on something.
We will start with
This inacceptable. See, thank you. With that, I'm ready for any questions you might have.
Nous allons maintenant prendre des questions en ligne. We will now take questions online. We will start with David Baxter with the Canadian Press. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, Mr. Singh. Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you. Good to see you.
Perfect.
Good to hear you.
All right. Of course, in addition to the Prime Minister resigning, the Parliament is proroguing until late March. Just what does this mean on your end for trying to get work done on things like expanding pharmacare, since we would need legislation there, and now that's likely not happening before an election comes up?
Well, typical Liberals. They are shutting down Parliament, not going to work, and Canadians actually need them to be going to work, need us to going to work. So it's completely wrong what they're doing. Obviously, it's wrong that the Liberals are choosing to shut down Parliament, not going to work. If someone didn't show up to work, they would get fired. And that's what should happen. We should fire the Liberals. They've let down Canadians. They need to get fired. And New Democrats are going to give a real option to Canadians who are worried about the cuts of Pierre Poilievre. We have shown you that we can fight for you. We can fight and we can deliver. We fought the Liberals every step of the way to secure dental care for seniors. It was a battle. It was a fight, but we did not relent. We did not give up. We continue to fight, and we secured that for you. If you give us a chance, that's exactly what we'll do in government. We will fight for you every single day. Fight for the working class, fight for the middle class, to bring down the cost of groceries, to take on those greedy CEOs that are ripping you off, to make sure you can actually afford a home. That's our commitment to you.
Yeah, I don't think the NDP are going to be helping with groceries, because their whole version on help is price capping produce, which will not help. At most, what it'll do is probably bring up the prices of everything non-produce in the grocery store, because I don't think he understands that farmers don't have a consistent yield of produce and of beef every year. There's bad years, there's good years, and when there's bad years, the price goes up. So if you cap the food at the grocery store, either the farmer has to absorb that cost of producing the food, or the grocer has to increase the prices of everything else. So I don't think the NDP really understand that. And he keeps talking about fighting for dental care and all of that. As I said before, that there's stories out there of Canadians who thought they had the free dental care, and I hate how he calls it free, because it's not free. Anyways, so yeah, they get their teeth done. They think they're getting it free and they don't have to pay for it, and then they get a bill at the end, and then they're like, what's this? And then they get told by their dentist, well, we haven't signed up for the free dental care plan yet. So really helping out there, Jagmeet.
Yeah, and just to follow up, we know that the first confidence motion before Parliament is going to be the throne speech. Will the NDP vote to bring down the government at the throne speech?
Yes. Whatever the vote is, there will be a vote of confidence. New Democrats will be voting against this government for an election where Canadians will have a choice. The Liberals have let you down. They've let you down again and again. It doesn't matter who the leader is. The Liberals have let you down. They do not deserve another chance. And the Conservatives under Pierre Poilievre want to cut the things that you need. They want to cut pensions for seniors who are already struggling. They want to cut healthcare at a time when people can't get the care they need. They want to cut dental care for seniors and kids who are just receiving this care. They want to cut that. It's a callous decision. And New Democrats want to fight those greedy CEOs that are ripping you off. We want to lower your grocery bills and make sure you can actually find a home that you can afford. New Democrats are building a movement. If you're worried about those cuts, if you're worried about Pierre Poilievre, you feel let down by the Liberals, stand with us. Stand with us this time. We are building a movement to fight back. We are fighting to win for you.
And there you have it, folks. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He said he will vote non-confidence in the government. Like, explicitly. The government will fall March 24th when the throne speech happens. Now, do I actually trust 100% that Jagmeet's going to actually do this? No. No, I don't. I maybe trust him like 70%, if that. But he's never said something this definitive before, so it's quite unique.
We will now go to Alex Bilingo with the Toronto Star. Please go ahead.
Hi, thank you very much, Mr. Singh. Just going back to this question of whoever the Liberals choose as leader, it sounds like you're pretty clear that whoever they choose, you guys are going to still vote down the government. You want an election after they choose a leader. But what if they choose somebody who's from the progressive wing of the Liberal Party who might help you advance priorities like pharmacare even further than they have already? Why not give the government a few more months to advance some of those things before we go to the polls that you've made such a priority in your deal with them, if they elect somebody that's maybe more acceptable to left-wing Canadians?
It is clear the Liberals have let down Canadians. We fought and fought the Liberals at every step, and we got as much as we could get out of them through our fight. It is clear they've walked away now. It does not matter who is chosen as the next Liberal leader. They have let you down. They do not deserve another chance. So as soon as there is a confidence vote, New Democrats will be voting against the government. And then we will have an election. And in that election, Canadians have an important choice. You got to look at what Pierre Poilievre wants to do, who he's been meeting with, what he's been spending his past 2 years doing. Past 2 years, you saw what I did. I fought for dental care. We fought to make sure people had free diabetes medication and free birth control. That's what we fought for. We fought to get better protection for workers. We fought for a GST holiday. We fought for you. What did Pierre Poilievre do in that same time? You're not going to be able to ask him this question because he's not available for questions today. But let me tell you what he's done. In the past 2 years, he met with over 100 corporate lobbyists. He had fundraiser after fundraiser in wealthy mansions, $17 million mansions, where he made it clear who he's going to work for. The billionaires, the richest CEOs. That's who he wants to work for. What I've been doing is fighting for Canadians to make sure seniors can actually get their teeth looked after, to make sure people can afford their medication, to protect workers. That's what we've done. That's what Pierre Poilievre has been up to. So the choice is clear in the next election.
I know you've been going out to all these union rallies and picket lines and telling them that, oh, if the Liberals bring back to work legislation to them, then you're going to vote them down, and keep lying to them, because when they bring that legislation in, you vote for the Liberals, and then you wait to vote Trudeau out when you get your pension. So, and you call Pierre Poilievre out on being against Canadians and for being greedy. I mean, that's like calling the pot calling the kettle black. You're a pure hypocrite.
Just as a follow-up, obviously through the confidence and supply agreement, you work quite closely, as I understand it, with Trudeau on a lot of the priorities that you put forward: dental care, pharmacare, anti-scab legislation, things like that. And now that he's leaving the political scene or preparing to leave, do you have any reflections on what you think he'll be remembered for, what type of prime minister he's been, outside of maybe the current charged political moment, reflections on your time with Trudeau and what he means to Canada?
I can tell you for New Democrats and for me personally, we spent the past 2 years fighting. We had to fight every step of the way. Every victory we secured for Canadians was a battle, was an all-out brawl. We fought to bring in dental care. Just to remind folks, the Liberals voted against it multiple times. They said no again and again. Even when we convinced them to move forward, they said it's going to take a decade to put in place. We fought back and secured these things. They weren't going to move forward on protection for workers. We forced them to do so. They weren't going to move forward on pharmacare. We had to threaten them. We had to fight with them, and we secured that as well. So it was a battle. But one of the things that did stand out for me is how much Justin Trudeau was close to his family and to his kids. And I hope now that he's made this decision, he'll be able to spend more time with his family.
Well, he will, because he won't be prime minister anymore after 2 years, or sorry, in 3 months. So, okay. This guy's been shit talking Trudeau the whole time, and then at the end of the interview, he's like, "Yeah, oh, hopefully Trudeau has a good time." It's like, oh.
We will now go to David Aiken with Global News. Please go ahead.
Thanks very much for taking our questions. I'm probably, I think, going to be the fourth person to get you to say the same thing on this topic. Some New Democrats would like to see changes to our elections laws, make it easier for people in university to vote, extend advanced voting days. I'll give you another if. If a future Liberal leader said to you, for a very narrow window, couple of weeks, a few weeks, whatever, you'll get some of those changes, New Democrats. You let us get the money bill through, perhaps with funding for pharmacare, with a commitment to have an election in June or July. Is there any framework? Is there anything that a future Liberal leader can say to you? I just asked out some things to extend by a couple of weeks. You're shaking your head, so tell me again what you're going to do.
No. As soon as there is a confidence vote, we will be voting against the government. It is clear that they've let down people. In terms of changing the election laws, we actually proposed that. We proposed those changes to say, let's make it easier for people to vote. Let's change the hours of voting. Let's make it easier for people to vote at a different polling station in their riding. We've already proposed those things. The Liberals had a shot to actually improve those things. They did not do the work necessary. Let us be very clear. This is not just Justin Trudeau. This is every Liberal minister. This is every Liberal MP. All of them are to blame for the situation we're in right now. It is all of their collective faults. So no, they let down Canadians. They do not deserve another chance. The next election is going to be a choice between Pierre Poilievre and the Conservatives, who want to cut from you to give to the rich buddies, or New Democrats who want to fight for you to lower the cost of your groceries, take on those greedy CEOs and those billionaires that are ripping you off.
You've seen in the House of Commons before.
Honestly, we really don't need any changes to that portion of our election laws. Our polling stations are open until 9 p.m. on weekdays, and we get 2 hours off of work to actually go to the polls by law. And also, the legislation that they were trying to put through would have said that, oh yeah, you can go to whatever polling station that is in your area, not to a specific one. But in my experience, the specific one that it tells you on your election ballot is the one closest to your house and is actually incredibly easy to go to, and it's all been fine. I've never had to stand in line. I've never had to really wait. It's been an easy process. And the only thing I can say is possibly in rural areas, they need to open up more polling stations. That's it.
For Christmas that the Conservatives are talking about a guy named Carbon Tax Carney. I wonder if you have some thoughts about Mark Carney as a potential Liberal leader. Do you think he'd make a good PM?
Genuinely, I say this, it does not matter who the Liberals choose as their next leader. They have let down Canadians. They've already had a shot. Ask yourself, is your life better off after 9 years of the Liberals? No. They had their shot. They had Liberal ministers. They had Liberal MPs. They did not deliver for you. They let you down. The only things that came out of that government in the recent years that are worth helping, that helped out people, are things that we fought and forced them to do. And we had to fight them. It was not easy. It's not something they were willing to do. We had to force them. We had to fight with them. And that's what you get with New Democrats. We will fight for you every single day to make life more affordable for Canadians, to make sure you can have a home that's affordable, make sure you can afford your groceries. We're going to fight for you. The Conservatives want to help out their rich CEO buddies. They've made it clear who they're in it for. They're in it for the billionaires. They're in it for the rich buddies, and they want to cut from you to help them out. The choice is clear in the next election, and the Liberals have let you down, so they do not deserve another chance.
Yes, if your leftist government is failing and is making your life more expensive, vote for the even more leftist party, because things aren't bad enough. But it seems like the rest of this, I'm going to use that picture in my thumbnail. Anyways, the rest of that stuff is in French, so I'm going to end it here. Let me know how well you guys think the NDP are going to do in the next federal election. And do you actually think that they're going to vote non-confidence in March when the throne speech happens? Let me know in the comments down below. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. That would be awesome. I'm hoping for the end of January we can get to 700 subscribers. If we could get to 1,000, that would be awesome. Also, this Saturday I'll be doing a live stream, and I have a couple of updates on some new things that'll be coming to the channel this February, so that'll be fun. So other than that, have a great day.